don't know if you would.
Let's try it again now. Here we go.
All right, yeah, you better now.
Okay. I don't have it all like pretty and stuff. That is so weird. Let me see the banners. I don't know what is going on.
But now you sound like V.
There we go. I don't know what happened. It was like difficulties, and I'm trying to figure out why I can't edit post. And my friends can see it too. I don't know why it's still not public. It's so weird, but it's better than nobody being able to see it. I gotta fix that, but we're good. Okay, so we're back. Finally, because I can share it and everything. That shit was bothering me. Yes, I'm like nobody on here. We can't do this. We can't do this. Okay, so now I can focus. Okay, so tell me do you memorize your music before you go in the studio? Do you memorize it, or do you have it like? Do you take the paper in there?
You know what? I do somewhat memorize it. I do go over it. Let's say that I go over it. I go over it enough to where when I do go in, I'm not like stumbling over my words or sounding like I didn't write that shit. So yeah, I do go over it. Now I don't always memorize it though. Sometimes, some cases, I'm like, I'm in that bitch. Like because I may be really excited about the song. I may have went over that bitch 100 times, So I may go in and I go to the studio. Just like, boom, I'm knocking that bitch out. The verse, the hook's done. Like, just let me go ahead and run through my verses so I can give it to you. And we damn near finished the whole song, mixing and everything in like 45 minutes sometimes. So it's just some days it's like that though. Like some days it's like that.
Okay. It sure do be. It definitely does that. Have you ever been like just wanting to give up when you get into that studio? This seems like that studio is a different kind of a life, whenever you're writing it versus when you go in there and put them headphones on and really gotta give it your all. Has it ever been like, look, I don't want to do this?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, when I would pay for studio time after so long, you feel like, damn, like where's the where's the ROI? You know what I mean? Like, where's the fucking ROI? Like, what's going on? But that's when you motivate yourself by investing in yourself. So I'm like, okay, I'm tired of paying for fucking studio time. Bet I'll buy the studio. Like, I bought the equipment that I needed for my own studio. So now, okay, I can sit at home and I can record myself. I can learn how to do all the shit that I need to do, and I can learn how to make myself sound how I want to sound. And then once I do that, I can send it off and have it mixed and whatever, instead of me having to pay to have it recorded, pay to have it mixed, pay to have it mastered, drive to go get it done. All that extra shit, I'm just gonna cut out the middleman. I can record it, send it over how I want it to sound, and send over everything I use, all my vocals, and they'll do what I need it done.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's dope. Tell me, what is the favorite song that you've written and why?
Favorite song and why? Oh, man. Man. I'm gonna say To Me, For Me. I want to say To Me, For Me, but because I think because that was like man, damn. But if then I wouldn't say Overdose. Okay. Then I wouldn't say Live Fresh, Die Fly. That's different. I don't know, man. Like I don't know, but I'm gonna go for right now. I'm gonna go with To Me, For Me, but I have some other ones in the chamber. But I'm gonna go with To Me, For Me. But that's gonna be because I feel like that song, when I put that song out, it really hit. Like it really hit.
And what is it? What is it about?
Relationship. Okay. It's so about relationship.
Broken. Okay. Cheers to we having some people come up on here because finally I would
peace. So I'm almost in my feelings that you asked me about that song. I want you to go listen to that song when you visit my YouTube channel. It's the very first video I have up.
I definitely am gonna listen. So I'm gonna ask you. So, do you still is she like your favorite ex?
And you know what, the song is so it is. And it's not necessarily about a person, you know what I mean? Like it's metaphorical. Like you have to hear it, man. You have to hear it.
Okay.
But I don't have a favorite ex. if that makes sense. Like I don't have a favorite ex. Like I'm not necessarily friends with like my exes or anything like that, but I'm not enemies with none of my exes either. But so I don't necessarily have a favorite ex per se. Like I that's just not something I have because I'm not friends or cool with my exes to where like we still chum it up every other day or once a week or once a month or shit once a year, no shit like that. Nah, man, we don't talk no more. We don't talk no more. Like we cool though. It ain't no shit. I wouldn't let you be stranded on the side of the road.
You can call me. Call somebody
else. Well, I'm not saying you can call me. I'm just saying I wouldn't let you be stranded if I saw you. I never said I was get out of my fucking bed to come get you. I just said if I saw you stalled, I would not allow you to be stranded on the side of the road. I don't want this to be taken out of context. If any of my exes are viewing this, I do not want you to take this out of context. I'm not getting out of my fucking bed to come get you.
Don't call him.
No, don't. I'm sure you fucking somebody, and it's not me. So call them, please.
Who were your biggest influencers growing up? Your influences.
My biggest influences were, ironically, man, it was going to be my uncle, and also who is the person that is currently my music manager. He was also one of my big influences as a kid. Crazy thing. Who would think like as an artist now from a kid, the same person that I went to school with, like my big cousin, basically is now my music manager. So that was one of my big influences because he was really a hustler. Like he was really a hustler, like a real hustler, a real legal hustler, if I may say that. Like he didn't sell drugs, he didn't do drugs. Like he wasn't that wasn't his thing. His drugs was money.
Okay, that's good.
Like his drugs were money. Like any hustle you could think of, like he was about that shit. Like this was the first person that like literally this motherfucker, I don't know, you know those little glow sticks, small glow sticks you can put in your mouth? Like this motherfucker was hustling glow sticks at fucking parties. Like we was selling them bitches by the boxes like for $2 each.
Oh, shit, yeah.
We busting them bitches down in big, like we were throwing big parties like in the city, like we were throwing parties at hotels and big shit like real cool party for high schoolers, like after football games on the weekends, like the Friday night parties, we were throwing those big parties. And so in those parties, like we were like shit, taking glow sticks, like I bet we got glow sticks. How many we gonna get? Boom, I'm gonna give you this many, this how many, boom, sell them for this much. Like we selling fucking glow sticks and parties and cashing out like fucking 10th, 11th grade. Like what? He is, man, like he teaching me how to hustle, making shirts and shit, selling them in school and all this other shit. Like it was so much shit that man taught me, bro. I was like, man, this is crazy. So selling CDs for Swisher House. Like we were selling CDs for Swisher House. Like I lived in the same neighborhood where Swisher House was birthed. So all of Michael Watts, all the me and Slim Thug went to school together. Like he graduated in 99, I graduated in 2000. So all of the Swisher House members, like we all were living in the same fucking neighborhood. So all that shit was like that. So we learning how to sell CDs. I'm all at Prairie View selling Swisher House CDs. I'm moving all in different cities and cities just selling Swisher House CDs. You know what I mean? So I know, like I'm just saying, like just the hustle. I was like, yeah, man, that shit right there. You can't beat influence like that, man. People that show you how to be fearless. Like, hey, man, like only thing a motherfucker can tell you is no. Only thing, the worst thing you can do is get arrested. What you gonna do? Get arrested for what? Trying to make some money legally? Cool, fuck it.
You can get arrested for trying to make money legally? Well,
this is what we were doing. We were like, we were in high school and we were throwing like a lot of the big rival football game after parties and shit like that. So we would get out of school early. You know what I mean? Like I get out of school early release as a junior or senior. So when we get out, we got flyers. Like this was back in the Gap. So this is when flyers were actually a thing. Like this is, again, I'm in school between 96 and 2000. I graduated in 2000. So during this time frame, there were flyers. Like you can go places and pass some hoes out and they meant something. People grab that bitch, like, oh shit, I got a flyer, bro. We're gonna check this bitch out, whatever. And so we were going to different high school campuses. We parking on their campus and walking into their school, passing out flyers to these people. We are passing flyers out in these people's school, man. We getting chased out of the school, off the school campuses, man. So yeah, you can get arrested for trying to make legal money, but you might you know. So just little shit like that, man. But those are just little things that come with the hustle, I guess. And those are things that just kind of made growing up fun for me because that's I'd rather be able to tell like my kids like this is what I used to do, this is what we call trouble, like we throwing parties, that type of shit, like but the shit that they got going on now, I don't want no trouble like that, fam. But yeah, that those are my motivations, man. Like my people, like my uncle who traveled military, went all around the world, and is still right now today very successful, man. He's also one of my man. He's like a really good friend of mine as well. Um, Definitely one of my big backers, big supporters of my dream goals, always asking me what he can do to help, how he can help, any way possible. So he's always in my ear. So, like I said, you see people like that, man, and like I say, he traveled the world. I look at that like that's what I want to do. I want to make sure I can travel the world. I want to go see everything. I want to go everywhere. I want to do as much as I can before I die. Like I know I can't take the memory with me either, but shit, I want to take the enjoyment with me while I'm on this bitch. Like I want to go do shit. Like I want to go do shit. So, just big motivational pieces for me.
Facts, and that's good. So how do you balance like between like work, life, relationships, music? Like how do you balance everything? It'd be kind of hard.
I do like I was saying a little earlier. I just don't force nothing.
Okay.
I just don't force nothing. And what is, it is. Like what I have to do, I know I have to do it. So bet, just do it. Like if I have to get up and go to work, I know I gotta get up. I know I gotta go to work. I know I still have if I have plans after work, I know I have to do that. So there's what am I griping about? Like this is what you said you wanted to do. All right, get on up, go do it. So, I don't have no smoke, man. I don't make no I don't give myself no smoke about it. I just do it.
And I'll give myself no smoke. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You don't force it. You let it come together like a puzzle piece.
I just don't force it, man. Like I don't force it. I just take my time. If some shit happen, like some stuff you have absolutely no control over, and that's what I consider. That's what I take into consideration about all things, man. I'm just gonna do what I can control. I'm just gonna control what I can control. And anything outside of that, I got nothing, man. Like I could not control. I can't help that person did that. Or I can't help that we got traffic. I can't help that. Like, hey, that's just what it is, man. Like hey, we gonna make it. If we don't, then we wasn't supposed to. Shit.
He said we weren't supposed to. No, you're supposed to for sure. You're supposed to make it. What kind of music do you say you make though? Because it's not like it's different. It's a totally different style.
So funny thing though, when we have to register our music for distribution, there's genre options, of course. There's so many different genres. If you ever did it, if you haven't, just tried, and if you have the option to see them, then definitely check them out. But there are a bunch of different like genres in there. And I never see anything that I feel like cultivates or captivates the type of music that I create because it's not like trap music. I say maybe it's hip hop music because I like to do hip hop. I like to be on hip hop beats, I guess by definition. But I guess because I'm not necessarily talking about what other people are talking about, it just kind of takes me out of that realm of things. So I always select world. I just always select world. That's a genre you can choose. So I just do world.
Okay, I like that though. The world, whatever. I like that though. I like how you put it. You said it's a world genre. I like that. Let's see what we got going here. Oh shit. Okay, so I forgot we made a new one. Hold on. I didn't get her the new one. Okay. So tell me your first performance. How was it?
Well, you know what? My first performance, was in this nightclub in Houston, and good thing, my manager at the time, he had already like kind of had things set on up to where it's like, hey, I got an artist coming in and he gonna come, we gonna do this. Whatever he told them people I was gonna do, whatever he said, whatever the fuck he said I was gonna do, he got me in that bitch and we were in that bitch. You know what I mean? But my first performance, man, it was really dope. Like my first performance was really dope. I rocked it. I was not unsuccessful. I did not have an unsuccessful show at that time. Like I was young. I was really young as hell. But at the same time, though, I had a really dope performance. Like I did pretty good, definitely. My first big performance, my first really big performance though was actually with 97.9 The Beat out here on their Spring Fest. Like I actually performed with their Spring Fest tour 4 years in a row. I performed on the event with Russ. I performed on the event with Gucci Mane. I performed on the event with Dolph in Oklahoma. I performed on the event with 6ix9ine even. I performed on a couple of events with Lil Ronnie. Who else was it? Yeah, I've been on with 97.9, a few 97.9 events. I've been on those big ones. So those have been some pretty big ones for me too. And those are really dope. Those are really dope. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So do you charge to perform?
I charge to perform depending on where we're going. Like if it takes me out of I'm gonna charge. But if it's somebody I know, if it's like some open mic event and I'm just going around doing some promo, just hanging out, or because I'm not a everywhere all the time type of person, if that makes sense. So if I pop out to an event, like they're gonna like celeb, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, bro, I did not think I was gonna see. Yeah, like I did not think I was gonna see you here. Like, what's up, bro? Like, hey man, how you doing?
That's how I be. Hey.
Yeah. I was like, damn, you.
And don't
what's up? Like what's up?
Yeah, don't play on his nerves. He gonna let you know. Okay.
Yeah, like, dang, I did not know you would be. I didn't think you'd be in no shit like this. I was like, yeah, man, I come places. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like to tell everybody where I'm going and when I'm gonna be there. I don't think that's none of that. I'm a soul, as they say.
Just being nosy. You don't like. When's your birthday?
August.
You're a Leo, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are assholes. Y'all are very smart. I'm not gonna say that. Y'all are very good business wise. I'm gonna say my best boyfriend I ever had, my favorite ex, is a Leo. I'm talking about when he kept me grounded on how to make some money and how to flip it and how to get to a bag and survive. Like good money making way, not like chips and coins and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always pushed me to be better, but he was an ass. Like, okay, don't call my phone. I just got off of work today. Why is you begging? Why is you complaining? Like, what can I help you with? Like, didn't I just talk to you 5 minutes ago? Like, I'm like, damn, you're an asshole. I should be able to call this phone.
Yeah, I mean,
you're pretty rude too. You can't have no kids. I'm just kidding.
Say, man, that is just. You took that and ran with it.
And I ain't never stopped.
Man, you took that and ran with it. Damn, Nipsey. Come on with the marathon.
I think it must have hurt my feelings, huh?
And it was so unintentional.
I can't get rid of none of my kids. Senator.
Oh, man.
Do you believe in creator's block?
I don't. You know what I'm gonna say, because I think that I just may identify it as something else. I'm gonna still say yes. We just may call it different things. Some people may call it block. I may just say you're forcing it.
Isn't it kind of weird though? Like, because you don't have like workers block, like you got to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You don't have like how to cook block. Like, what makes it like to where you can't think of how to write a song when you've been doing it for so many years?
It's not because but no matter even that though, even the songs that you may have written over that course of time, throughout the course of years, you still took some time and thought about those songs. You didn't just sit down and just boom, oops, song done. I got a whole 3-minute song ready to go. I know exactly how I want every word to hit. I know I want to carry every. You don't know that. Like every song, you are taking your time. Hopefully, you're taking your time. You're being methodical about how you want it to come out. Some songs are going to be, again, a little easier because you might be really excited about that song. You might be truly inspired to fully write that song the night you sit down with that fucking pen and paper, because it's like, man, that shit you've been writing this song in your head all day. You know what I mean? Like, there's some times where it's just like that. Like you've been on this song ass all day. Like you ain't let that hook go. Like no matter where you went, you made sure you kept that bitch going. You kept the hook going. You did not let it go. You know what I mean? But then after so long, just like with anything else, it's like your job. You get fatigued. Mm-hmm. You get fatigued, you know what I mean? So, and that's just kind of what it is. And so you write, and yeah, you're good. Nobody's taking away from you good. You're good. But you do it for so long, you're like, all right, man, goddamn, like, what am I supposed to be writing about today? Like, what we gonna do? What we writing about, fam? Like, what we gonna write about? And it's not that you have a block. Again, it's not a block. It's now you're forcing it because you're competing with your last self.
Facts.
And so you're just forcing it. It's not a block. You just need to relax. You need to just take your mind off of it. Go do something else. Go find some inspiration. Go take a trip. Go drive. Go do something. Get your mind off of it.
You just think it should last like 6 months. Like 6 months, is that long for a writer's block?
Again, you could just be forcing it, man. Like you could really be forcing it. You could just be forcing it. You can have a lot of other shit on your mind, and that's why it's hard for you to just really just chill the fuck out. Like, hey, you got so much other stuff on your mind. It's hard to just give yourself that time to be like,
I'm here.
I'm about to write. To write, man. Like, I'm good. Like, I can wake up on a Saturday morning, nothing to do, roll up, fire up, get my coffee up or my tea up, and I can sit out on my porch, garage, whatever, and I can put some stuff on some paper. But that's not what it is. You got shit going on. You got, whatever it is. You got your kids. You got work. You got life. Whatever it is that you got going on, that shit's playing over and over and over in your mind. So it's like, man, like it's hard for me to really. And then you also be like, okay, if I've written a lot of times about this certain thing, if you don't have enough, you're not freeing up yourself to be able to create outside of your normal realm. You know what I mean? You want to create something different. Like you can easily go in there and create the type of stuff you always create, which is that's what you do. But just like, hey, I want to do something different. I want to step outside the box. I want to get some, from somewhere else. And it's hard to do it because again, you're not. You know what I mean? You got your mind on other shit. You got too much shit on your mind. Too much shit on your mind.
So before we get out of here, where do you feel like you see yourself in the next 5 years? Like, what's your goals?
Oh, 5 years. Oh, man. So within the next 5 years, we should definitely have the Polo. I should definitely have this manufacturer situation taken care of as far as for the Polo line, for the Swamp Clothing brand. And definitely have have some consistency going as far as the flow and getting my ads running and everything kind of up and going for the whole Swamp project and clothing line. So for the most part, the thing is going to be focused on merch and getting the business side of things together so I can actually see some money from all this shit that I'm doing. Like music ain't bringing the money. What hasn't been, and that's been on my, I have to say, maybe if I would have put out more music, I could complain a little more, but as we discussed, I'm putting out more music, staying consistent with that. And again, within the next 5 years, we should definitely see the Swamp Clothing brand on a bigger scale.
And tell me real quick, where does the Swamp? Why Swamp Clothing?
So it was really just like a music project. It was just a music project, and I just wanted to find a cool acronym that incorporated smoking and like, just chilling, just hanging out and chilling. And so I was like, man, smoking and potting, smoke potting. And I was like, smoking without my swamp, smoking without my partners, swamp, smoking without, smoking without my partners. Yeah. And so I thought about that and I was like, swamp. And I was like, okay, but what'll be cool about that though? And I was like, what if I had like animals or characters or something that was high or smoking or some shit, and they was just animals like from the swamp, like you find it like your alligators and your turtles. You know what I mean? Like, and so and so I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, and then that because the idea at that point was how do you make money? Like, what's the tangible thing you can create to now make money? Because music clearly is not the thing right now. So what's that tangible item that you can create? And then it became clothes. And so when I pitched the idea to myself, I told myself, I was like, man, that's going to work. That's going to be really dope. Like when you say it to somebody, just listen, just watch their response. And when I first came out with it, thought about it, I told like some people I didn't know, like random ass people I may have just been sitting down and just said something to it. And it's like, damn, that's fucking brilliant. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, man, I just thought about that shit. Like, I think that's gonna be really dope, bro. And they're like, hey, man, you better run with that shit. You better run with that shit. And so here we are. Like, here we are.
I think it's so for sure.
Thank you.
Let's see, we got.
Man, I still got to get P Skills shirt, and I think you got that plug on that. So I need to get you and him a shirt.
Okay, so I'll give it to him. He's my cameraman, so I'll give it to him. We got a shoot coming up in like 2 weeks.
He wear like a size small t-shirt or medium.
Medium.
Mm-hmm. And you wear a medium.
Mm-hmm. Period. We definitely would love that for sure. Okay, so before we get out of here, tell everybody like where they can find you at.
Cool. So thank y'all once again. I Am Celebrity. That's EYEAM Celebrity. I can be found on all social media platforms at that. I Am Celebrity. EYEAM Celebrity. That's everything from my website, www.iamcelebrity.com, all the way down to my Cash App. I Am Celebrity. Donations are accepted. But again, that's on anything from Facebook, from Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's I Am Celebrity, EYEAM Celebrity. Make sure y'all also check us out at Swamp Clothing. On Instagram, it's going to be Smoking with All My Partners. On TikTok, it's going to be Swamp Clothing. But again, please check out Smoking with All My Partners clothing brand. We have a lot of merch, some merch that we just released within the last 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. So definitely come check us out on that too. You can find us through all those things.
All right, perfect. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you again. Don't forget my shirt.
Already. Thank you. Peace.
And I'll definitely see you again. And I won't be sending you my little stuff in the morning times because I don't want to.
Already. Thank you.
It's not that bad. All right. He got so excited with the thank yous.
Hey, I was just messing with you, man.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure. We finally got the interview in, but definitely let me know. And I will definitely see you soon.
Absolutely. Peace. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, guys, he was totally dope. Yes, that was like my 17th time probably ever seeing him. You know, he actually got his interview because, you know, in the morning time when I do my motivational speeches, like he was like, quit sending me these if you're not going to give me an interview. I'm like, okay, well, when are you available? Period. Like right then and there. Because what? Anyways, you guys, speaking about right then and there, if you need a notary, I'm her. I'm mobile. I'll come straight to you. Just like that, okay? And the price isn't too high, you know what I'm saying? I'm negotiable. And also, if you need flyers, I'm her. If you're looking for like any kind of life insurance, medical insurance, definitely call me up, okay? If you're looking to set up a business, I'm definitely her. I'll walk you all the way through it from start to finish, period. Okay, now, listen, I have a wonderful guest, you know, from start to finish. She's like amazing. Like when you play her song from start to finish, you're gonna like love the whole song. Like, I mean, she's super talented. Like, I had to play her song back to like, am I listening to the radio or like did her song come attached to the radio? Is this really her? I had to go to her Instagram. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to start pressing around Instagram to be like, oh my gosh, this is really her. Like her voice is amazing. But I want to know like where she started and you know what I'm saying, life be life in. How does she stay motivated? Who's her inspirations? You know what I'm saying? Does she charge? I mean, I just want to know the whole nine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in Celeste and you know the rest. She's just gonna introduce herself. Let's bring her on stage. Hey, love, welcome. How are you?
Meet you.
You too. Okay, tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Montgomery, Texas.
Nice. Okay, and tell me, how long have you been singing?
I sang in the church choir growing up, and then I did musical theater in high school. And then at 19 was when I released my first song.
God, okay. So what made you finally decide at 19, like, I want to release my first song? Like, I'm ready to do this.
Well, I started a published poet. I got published at 18. I love poetry. I'm like, it just is like a huge passion of mine. I can't think of a better way to express how I'm feeling. Yeah. And when the writers all went on strike, you know, I had a book deal that was being negotiated and film rights were in there, so it fell through. Okay. And I, like, for the first time in my life, didn't know what to write, didn't know where to put I have huge feelings all the time, and I didn't know where to put them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I understand music theory because I played piano, and I played clarinet, and I was like in jazz band and rock band. And I was like, why don't I put my poems to songs? Because that's not affected by that. And I just fell in love with it. It's so much fun.
So you're putting so the songs are poems that you write. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's dope. That's super, super, super dope. So did you start music when you were like super, super young, or was your family, you know, entwined with music?
Yeah, my mom and dad were piano teachers when they were younger.
So. Oh yeah, that's super cool. That's super cool. Yeah, I sing opera, and I could never, you know, when you go get your voice, but when I got my associates in voice performance, but when I had to take the piano class, oh my gosh, it was the piano classes. I'm like, sir.
College, and I thought I was gonna die. I was like,
yeah. I didn't make it through. I was like, oh, this is way too much. This is way too much. Like too many keys. Like I had to write the little, the solfege on the piano so that I could know like how to do it in the beginning. Cause I'm like,
well, that's what markers are for writing on pianos.
It's like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. So who's your idols? Like who is your inspiration?
Gosh. I love Taylor Swift. Of course. I love Hozier. I love almost every artist that came from Muscle Shoals. I think there's just a lot of good stuff there. There's so much. I listened to everything as a kid. Like I listened to AC/DC. I listened to Taylor Swift. I had Led Zeppelin on there. Bob Dylan. I had Aretha Franklin on there. Like literally everything. I listened to everything. Anything I could get my ears on.
Okay, so that's probably why your music is so dope like that, because you like listen to everything and you entwine it all and make your own style.
I try to put it all together and make something a little new. You know, I was born and raised right outside of Houston, Texas, and I feel like Houston is such a hot spot for culture.
Yes,
you go into downtown Houston, there's so much. Like musically, you have a jazz club right next to a honky tonk. Like literally, and you don't get that in a lot of other places around the world. And it's like, you know, that's where I grew up. So intertwining all these different musical ideas together, I think is really cool.
Do you want to move, or do you want to stay in around there?
I think it's like a mixed bag. I'd like to travel, but at the same time, I love my home, and I want to be able to uplift the people around me and continue to make our music scene more popular and, you know, bring the people up around me, because sometimes it's hard, you know, the venues aren't as big as some other places like Nashville, but I think they could be.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have like any kind of formal training?
I did. I take vocal lessons every week. I have no formal training on the guitar, and it shows.
But you're learning it, right? Are you teaching yourself the guitar?
I write a lot of my songs on guitar. I do rhythm. There's no solo on the guitar.
Oh yeah, that's so good. That's so good. She said you just do rhythm. So your family, what role did your family or community play in the music journey? So they just did only piano only?
Yes. Okay. My mom is my manager.
Okay.
She's like the best manager ever. Everywhere we go, it's like a fun gossip session. You know, girl, we get out of like a music industry event and we'll be like, did you see what they were saying? Like, you know, feet up on the dashboard.
Yeah.
My nails in the car as we gossip. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky to be able to have that relationship.
With your mom, for sure.
Because so many people have their managers, and it's like, a very negative experience. So I'm glad that's not me. So yeah, my family's very, very supportive. My community, we don't have like a huge music community yet out here, but it's starting to be built. Like there are a lot of younger artists kind of coming together, building one.
And do you perform like around your home area a lot?
I do.
Uh-huh. Do you charge, or do you guys just do it like?
It depends. Sometimes I do ticketed events, and I charge at the door like a flat fee, and then sometimes they pay me upfront.
Okay, that's so. So how long have you been performing?
Out and about for music, probably about a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a year.
Were you nervous the first time you performed?
Yeah.
Live?
The first time I performed like live was 2 years ago, but I wasn't being paid for it or anything yet. And I was in New Orleans, at the Hi Ho Lounge, which is like this infamous, it's a very famous bar there. And I did not know what I was doing. I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. I was trying so hard. I was so nervous. I was like sweating like a little pig up there. I was like, oh, I'm under pressure now. And people kept coming in off the street. And I was like, don't. But then it ended up being fine. Everybody had
because you're so good. Yeah, you're so dope. Yeah, for sure. What do you think your style is, though? What would you call it?
Gosh.
Would you say like
I call it whoever likes whatever music it is. They like pop, they like country. I'll sound a little bit more Southern for them.
Me too. I think it's like country, but it's Southern too. Yeah, I think it's a mixture, but it's dope. It's like you don't have they don't have your style. Like your style is completely different, but it's bomb. It's like when we play this.
This comparison I have is a lot of people have compared me to Hozier and his fusion. But even then, it's not an exact match.
Right.
Yeah. So a little bit of everything, a whole lot of nothing. I always describe it as not reinventing the wheel. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just taking the wheel and turning it like 15 degrees. Brand new.
When's your birthday?
December 1st.
Okay, so you're a Sagittarius. Okay, now, how do you know when your song is done? Like it's like this is done, it's complete, it's time for me to put it out or perform it.
I get mad at it. I'm like, this is good now.
Oh, for real? How long does it take you to get mad at it?
Probably like a month or two.
Yeah, it's time to put it out. It's like, yeah, this is it. Like it is what it is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like it's so hard to just stop, you know? Because I'll re-record things over and over again and go back in, but eventually I have to be like, no, I'm being overbearing. This is supposed to be fun. I don't want to. I need to back off.
Did your mom tell you like, okay, it's time to put it out? We haven't put anything out.
Yeah, my mom's like, waiting on. My mom's an Aries. I'm a Sagittarius. And my sister's a Scorpio, and we're all on a little team together. And we kind of.
Does your sister do music?
Huh?
Did she do your music?
She does a lot of my photos.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, she's a photographer. She's so good.
Oh, yeah, it's dope. Okay, yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So do y'all ever like get in arguments, or you guys like can talk it through?
Everybody gets arguments, but you just talk it through.
For sure. Have you ever decided like you wanted to quit? Like I'm over this. I'm just irritated. I don't want to do this anymore.
Every month I'm like, I'm gonna quit music, and then I don't.
It's like every month. Okay, yeah, telling the truth. Yeah, for sure.
Everybody just gets frustrated. The industry's so hard, and I get talked down to a lot. I don't know what I think I'm very bubbly, and people don't take me very seriously. They're like, she's such a cute kid. And I'm like, it'll be like while they're trying to figure out a contract with me and stuff. And it can be demeaning. And then I'm like, that's it, Mom. I'm giving up. Throw it all away.
Do you act?
No.
Yeah, you should act. For sure.
I just have a big personality. That's why I use all three of my names.
She says, "Why I use all three of my names?" She's so funny. It's a good thing. I like that. She's like 3 people in one. I like that. Now, do you usually start with your melody, lyrics, or vibe first when you're writing your song?
Oh my gosh, it kind of all comes a little bit at once. Like every song's different. So some people start with lyrics because I just like have something on my heart that I need to write down. But every now and then, and I don't know how to explain it, I've been calling it brain worms. And I know that's like not a cool term, but I've been calling it brain worms when I'll be like laying there like in bed or something or driving and all of a sudden it like all comes at once.
Brain worms, yeah. It makes it look like you can see that.
And
Yeah.
it's like all in your head at once. And I have to like pull over and then
I was just gonna ask you to pull over.
Happening. You know, or I have to get up out of bed, which I do not want to do. And then I gotta voice memo it and then figure out what the chords are. But it like literally like sometimes like the song's already there. I don't know.
Do you do that often? Have to wake up out of bed and write the song down?
Yeah. I've written 300 songs this year. I'm like, brain worms. I don't know.
That's 300 this year. Wow. How many songs are you writing in a day?
Sometimes 2 to 3.
Shit.
I don't know.
That's a good thing. You're determined. Shoot, 300 songs. Yeah. Okay.
I wrote so many songs that my old phone broke because it had so much on it that it couldn't update.
So what happened? You lost all the music?
Oh, I lost a couple hundred songs, but I got a new phone.
And wrote a couple of hundred more. For sure.
I was devastated for a moment. I thought I was going to cry, and I was like, meh, it happens.
I'll write some more.
I'll write some more. It's okay. Water off a duck. Everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm. That's what I told myself. I was like, it's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. For sure. What part of the creative process do you enjoy most? Writing, recording, or performing?
I think the writing part. Because it's like just you and you kind of, even with the brain worms, it's like sometimes I find out I'm feeling something I didn't know I was feeling.
So it kind of helps you like heal in a sense?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how I feel about things. And I just kind of like shove it down. I'm like, I'll deal with that later. And it's like, I think writing like helps it just all come out. And you're like, oh. And I don't know. It helps me like see things from a different perspective. It helps me be honest with myself, I think.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. I like that. For sure. For sure. So what about tell us about your latest project. What story is behind it?
So y'all have my single, If I Sin For You, right? And that song, it was so complicated. It started off as this whole different song called Seeds of Love, kind of about how there's like this double standard for men and women. And it was really on my heart and I couldn't find the right way to say it. But it's like, if I love a guy completely, like body, mind, soul, I'm judged. You know, even if it's completely pure and from the heart. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, a lot of guys are not. You know, they're like, that's so cool. That's so cool. You're such a player. That's so cool. And that's not right. You know, I don't think love is ever, if it's like between two people who are happy, it's never wrong. And you should not be judging people for that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I was in a scenario when I was younger where I was like judged heavily for being in love with this boy. And it was like people just like came down on me in this toxic kind of church culture that wasn't fair. And I was like, so many women deal with this. And I just started writing about it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to record this and make sure my grandma hears it.
Oh, instead of make sure my grandma, I don't know what is going on. I can't see any of the comments. We got comments coming in, but for some reason it doesn't want to show me them. But people are saying, love this. I would love to do your podcast. Or saying hello. They are from the 504. That's Louisiana because they're from you were doing your cool. Okay, so tell me a time like when you performed. Did you have any like embarrassing moments? Like, did you ever had an embarrassing moment when you performed
on stage? I'm trying to think. the most embarrassing moment I've ever had in my music career was I had just turned 21, right? A couple weeks before, and I was at this event, and I had been drinking, and I kept getting free drinks from the bartender, and so I just kept going. I was like, alrighty then. Well, I thought I was done singing and done talking to people, and then there were these people, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do an interview of you," and I said, "Awesome," and I go to the interview.
Awesome.
My mom, you haven't been drinking, right? And I was like, no, like a liar. And I go out. I did the whole interview in a Swedish accent. I thought it was funny. I don't know.
You said I did the whole interview in a Swedish accent.
I watched it back sober, and I was like, no. Mm-mm. My mom was like, what is this? I was like, don't look at it. That's
so
my
what made you do the Swedish accent? Because you were drinking, or like?
I'm not. I think it's because I was like drunk enough that I had decided this was a thing.
You should definitely get into acting because that's pretty dope. That's just you need to make you some money in there too, for real. There's so many different positions and characters you can play and voiceovers. Like, I mean, there's so much you could do. Oh my gosh. A whole different ballgame. You would be booked like this, I'm telling you. All you gotta do is just audition and it just be like, play this part. I'm telling you.
I'll be like, Mom, we have to start
the acting. I'm telling you. If she's listening, you gotta put her in acting. Doing some acting for real. All together. You can do it all. Now, has your sound evolved over time? Do you feel like?
Yeah, it has. It's evolved a lot. I started a little bit more pop, and some of it is just like your voice grows a lot when you sing a lot. Mm-hmm. And the more I started singing, not trying to sound, like I was doing musical theater, not trying to sound like I was in a choir, but trying to sound like me, my voice changed.
It's hard, huh? Was it hard to transition from the choir to you?
Yeah, it's hard to make you to sound like yourself.
I'm not like you're in the choir or like practicing opera. Yeah. It was my hardest part. It was so much like, it's hard to take something out of you when you've been doing it for so long. Like, I've been singing this way for 10 years and you want me to get on this beat and sound like me. Like, this is me.
And it should be easy because it's just sound like you. But when you're trying to do it, because they're all like long vowels, like open your mouth, make it so, and all of a sudden,
your tongue down.
You're trying to sing like you're talking and you're like, huh?
Be a little lighter, don't use so much vibrato. Like, I mean, it's just too much at one time.
Yeah. It's so much to think about. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do two things at once.
You want me to do 5? You just want me
you guys need me like 5 to 7 things at a time.
Make sure your stomach, how you breathe is totally different than like the real life breathing. When you exhale and your stomach goes out, and then when you release it, your stomach's coming in. I don't know what the freaking call it, but the breathing is like totally opposite. I'm like,
not think about my stomach that hard. I remember laying on my back and I would just put textbooks on my stomach to practice the breathing because like the weight would help. Like, just get it in my head because I just sucked at it. I was like, every time I had to do it, I was like, seriously, I have to stand up in front of like a class of people and push my stomach out as much as I can, and we're all gonna watch my stomach.
Yeah, like I have to do this for how long? I did not want to be the volunteer.
And y'all are all gonna watch me?
This is embarrassing. Like, what did I do to deserve this morning? For sure. I know exactly how you feel.
Like 9:30 a.m.
Like, this is not what you want me to do this morning. Trust me.
Get me some coffee first.
Right. What's been your proudest moment so far?
Gosh, I think my proudest moment was, I think it was when I found out that I I'm going to the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame later this month. And I'm competing in their contest, and it was like just this like it felt, it's a big win, but at the time I really needed it. You know, I was having just one of those hard days where everything kind of sucked, and it was like, I don't know, it just was like a very proud moment because it's like, oh, I needed that win.
Yeah, God was reminding you that you were walking still in the purpose, and you just needed that little shake me up. Because that's what life's about, kind of trying to make us unalign with our purpose. It wouldn't be life, you know, getting to your purpose. It can be challenging, but that's what makes the blessing so much bigger. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so on those days that it's like God's always going to come in and give you that big blessing to remind you, like, you're where you need to be. Don't give up on me. Like, I have you.
That's so true. That's very true.
For sure. So most definitely, you've got to keep always pushing, for sure. Now, do you prefer live performances or like studio recording?
I think they both are so different. I love the studio because I can mess up and then delete it. But being able to connect with people is so important to me. You know, like I have this sounds silly, but I had this one performance at a coffee shop and there's like nobody there. But there was this sweet little boy who was there. So I just like took my guitar and sat down next to him. And I was really just playing for him. You know, like nobody else was listening. We were just playing around and we were talking about poems and things like that. He was like 7 or 8. So he was like just learning about poetry at school and stuff. And I was like, this is what it's all about. Like humans talking to humans and like listening and sharing all these big ideas. And I don't know. I mean, like you can kind of get that in the studio, but not like you can get it in person.
Yeah, for sure. And then touching that life and saving a life. You never know what that little boy was going through that day. You know, being in that coffee shop and you just sitting down there playing, you know, you might want to play the guitar now. You never know. It changes a whole life around, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, that. I think that's so important. Like,
me too. They're our future. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it when you get to like look out into the audience and like see someone like really feeling what you're saying.
Because that's how you know you're going to make an impact on their life. Like today, I did my job, and I made somebody's day.
Like tonight, I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, I made a change, and you know, you want to make a change, but you gotta be the change. So it's great to see that change in action. Like I'm actually seeing this change happen, and it's because of me. You know, it makes you feel good. Yeah.
And like you don't realize, because like I sing my over and over again. I've so many times that it's like you eventually kind of like I don't want to say get numb, but like it doesn't have the same heaviness that it had when you started.
Facts.
But for the person you're playing for, that it is probably the first time they've ever heard it.
There you go. Yeah.
So like every word this is the first time they've heard that word.
For sure.
Oh, and the first time they've heard it sung by you. I mean, that's different, you know?
What kind of music do you think you make? Like describe. Like, do you think it's like healing music, like love music, you know, motivational, healing?
Like trying to capture bits of life and make sense of it all. Yeah. Like, it's very much like this. Like, I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. Let's hold hands and look at it together.
Okay. No, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, it's just, I think it's story-based. Like, I try to, everything's story-based, but trying to make sense of it by putting it into a story and then just looking at it and taking a step back and being like,
yeah,
that happened.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah, for sure. Tell me, how do you stay relevant without promising your style or message? Because every year the style is changing. So how do you stay like in tune but don't lose you?
I don't know. I think the best way to be relevant is to be like almost uncomfortably yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because trends are going to come in and out so fast.
Thanks.
All the time. You know, I can't keep up with what the style trends are. You know, I can't keep up with makeup trends. I can't keep up with hair trends. I can't like they just come in and out so quickly. But what will never go out of trend is like who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like whenever I'm trying to like pick things out or what I want to do, I like, you know, I'll be like, well, what the things that make art, I think, timeless is making it a story and having it be very authentic. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's never like Crazy in Love by Beyonce is never going to go out of style.
Facts.
Because it was so authentic. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that's a good song. Mm-hmm. You could
that's actually my favorite song, Crazy in Love. And then her Dangerously in Love too. Did you like the Dangerously in Love? How she did that? I can't think of the words, but how she just, the tempo was so changed. And you could tell when it was the dramatic parts and she's like, to love, to hold, dangerously in love. So like, you could tell like her parts, like that was a really good song too. The Crazy and the Dangerously. Yeah. They're like an opposite of the two though. Like they're two different, it's a 360, the two songs. One's like, and the other one's like, she's like, you know, like they're never going to go out of style, like you said.
But like, that can't go out of style because it's just like she's putting her heart and her soul just out there. You know, like Taylor Swift's 1989, I don't think is ever going to go out of style because
cool.
Do
you get your style, you think, from her?
I think I get like
your hair.
I get like some of the ways I dress, some of the ways I come at things from her, definitely.
Me too. So she's been your favorite since forever, or like what made you grasp onto her to be like, I like her? She's cool.
When I was little, so I started listening to her like when I was really, really young. You know, as soon as she was on the radio and I was a little kid, I was listening to her. Like during her debut era. Mm-hmm. But the first time I was like, oh my gosh, I love her was when she released her album Speak Now. And the song Mean was on there. And I never like personally related to any of her songs because I was a little kid and I was not thinking. But Mean was the first one I kind of like got. I was like, oh, I get this because I was like, I was picked on as a little kid because I was just kind of awkward. You know, like sometimes you're just kind of like an awkward kid. I always spoke my mind, even when I needed to shut up, you know, like I was like, if I felt like, you know, someone was being not right, I was like, hey, that's not okay to do. Right. And that meant that some of the kids didn't like me, which was okay. Everybody has raps sometimes, but I had big feelings and I took it very personally. And then I was like in the car and on the radio came Taylor Swift and Mean was playing. And I was like, it just like kind of changed me a little. And I was like, I want to be able to do that for someone someday.
For sure. Okay, that's dope. Do you ever want to do a song with Taylor Swift?
If she would. I hope one day.
You think so? Okay. Have you ever met her?
I've never even been to a concert before. Any concert. I've never been to a concert.
You haven't?
No concert ever.
Is that like a must do, or are you like, I'm okay with not?
I want to go to a concert, but I want it to be like special. I don't know. I built it. I built so much in my head. I don't know. Like now it's like it has to be like the concert to go to. And now I don't know who it would even be.
Okay, that's dope. I think you guys would do great on a song together, though.
I think so, yeah.
I think it would be dope. Like, I think that is a to-do, for sure.
I'm manifesting it right now.
Yeah. No, for sure. I so believe in manifestation. Like, the 369 manifestation. Have you ever heard of it? So it's like, so for instance, you could do like money. I'm so grateful now that money flows to me with ease. And then we could change it. I'm so grateful now that my visions flow to me with ease. And then I'm so grateful now that my purpose flows to me with ease. So I'm so happy and grateful now that whatever you want to put in flows to me with ease. And then it's called the 369 manifestation. So you'll do it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. And you fill it in with whatever you want to fill it in with. But it's your 369 manifestation. I do it. Yeah, I love the 3 6 months.
I have something of that on TikTok, but I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, one of my ex-boyfriend, my favorite ex-boyfriend taught me that. He always told me that. He's my favorite ex-boyfriend. I think it's because he just taught me so much about things like manifestation, how to, get money from the land and different things. So he's very knowledgeable.
I only have one ex-boyfriend, and he's my favorite. So
you only have one ex? You've only dated one person in your whole entire life?
I've only ever dated one person. I've been single for like 2.5 years.
Yeah, because you got to get to work, and then your mom. She's probably like, nope, you got to work. You got to get to the business.
My mom's actually like, please go out. Please go date somebody.
Oh, she does? Oh, you have a cool mom.
She's like, please go date somebody. Actually, go drink or something. I'm like, I don't know. I'm so picky.
Mom's pretty cool. Yeah, she's pretty cool.
I'm just so picky. I'm like the minute a guy like has a red flag, I'm like, outsies. Ew.
But yeah, and there's a lot of red flags these days because it's a lot going on these days. I definitely understand what you mean. You definitely understand what you mean. So like, what's your ritual? So like, when it's time to write music, do you have to like work out first, like meditate, or you just like get up and you're like, okay, it's time to do music?
I love going on walks. Like, I love walking. And a part of it, I know that sounds like so boring. Like,
no, I like to go walk. I love the outside too.
When I walk, it's like, I think it's because I'm moving. I don't have to think so much. Like, I'm still thinking, but like when you're sitting down, you can kind of get like in that anxious spiral of, oh my gosh, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to think. I don't know where to start. But like, when you're going on a walk, you're kind of already thinking, you're kind of already whatever. Then I'll make like a little playlist and stuff of how I'm feeling.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, when I'm writing, a lot of times I'm like walking, I'll take my phone out and like typing stuff sometimes. And that's kind of a good way I found to like get out of like, if I feel blocked and I can't figure out how to write something, that's one of the things I do. I walk like 6 miles a day.
You run 6 miles a day?
Yeah, actually.
A day?
A day, every day.
When's the off day?
There's no off day. I've been walking 6 miles a day since I was in the 3rd grade. Like, it's kind of weird. And I have it like tracked on my phone and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just like, that's how I like structure.
So you just, right now, it's just walking though. It's not running.
Oh, it's a mix. Like, I'll walk, I'll put on my walking clothes, and I'll walk for a little bit, run for a little bit.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. Consistency is key.
I do like consistent things.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I like that. So what do you think sets you apart from other artists?
I work all the time. My mom and I will wake up and we'll start working like 5 a.m. Sometimes we work till like 9 or 10 p.m. I mean, like, some of the days we pull make me nauseous. Like, why are we doing this? It's like, but I think you have to. Like, sometimes you just have to like brute force work your way through it. Uh-huh. And there's something on the other side. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be. There's a reason for it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure. That's good. Yeah, consistency is key. Practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, but you don't ever get tired. Like, I've been doing this all day, Mom, for like 15 hours, and I don't want to do this anymore. Do you guys? You don't have days?
Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do this today, and then I drink a cup of coffee and I do it anyway. But everybody has those days where you're just kind of like, especially because it's been 2 years and I haven't had a vacation. I haven't had a break from it. Like,
Uh-huh.
So every now and then I'm like, oh, but then I'm like, then I just think about like, the little boy when I played the song for him and, my community and the people around me. And I'm like, it's bigger than just me. It's like, right. Yeah, I'm doing it because I love to do this. But then it's like, I don't know. I feel like if I'm not working, it's kind of like I'm letting down my team and the people around me too.
For sure. You definitely, yeah. I like how you think. I definitely like how you think. So where do you see yourself in like 5 years? Have you Have you thought about it? Like, or you?
I don't know. I put myself in 2 years.
Yeah, no, for real. For
I
sure.
hope that I'll, have probably 3 albums out somewhere along that line. I have my first album finished, so, and I'm writing on my second album now. I'd like to be on tour, maybe signed, maybe not signed, just depending on how that goes. But most importantly, happy,
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay. It kind of regular. So you said signed, maybe not signed?
Yeah, signed, maybe not signed, It just kind of like depends on how it goes, but I would like to have an audience and like a good platform and be able to support myself off of my art.
For sure. So what would make you not want to be signed?
I want to make sure that the deal I have is respectful to both parties, Some of the deals are not respectful.
Not at all.
And I'm very much about respecting the people around you and respecting yourself and respecting your body and respecting, all of that. And respect's very important to me. And I feel like if you start any kind of relationship, business relationship, personal relationship, not rooted in respect, it is destined for failure.
For sure.
And I don't want to be taken advantage of,
For sure. I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely think it's probably, I just feel like it just depends on what they're offering. Cause it's like, it sucks if they, you get signed and then they put you in the back burner and they give you all this money. And of course you got to use it to survive while they're telling you to make this music and they put you in the back burner. And then it's like, whenever you do get out there, you owe all this money. And it's like, I could have just hustled myself and just got booked for stuff with my mom or my manager, it's just.
But I'm like, I think it could be very helpful, could be very useful. It'd be nice to have a larger team and be able to bring people in, but it does just come down to respect.
For sure. Definitely. And making sure that our views are on the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Sure. So is there a vocal moment in one of your songs that gives you chills like every time you sing it?
I don't think I've ever... the only song I've ever had chills to of my own is an unreleased song that's not out yet called Willow. And it made me cry.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's coming out soon, but it made me like I got in my car after I finished recording it and I cried. Like tears. Like it was not cute. I was like,
oh, okay. So why do you feel like that's the only song that made you have chills? Do you feel like it was something that when you sung it, it really hit home somewhere, like a healing spot, or it just
it's a song about women saving other women from bad scenarios. And it just in my head, it hadn't really processed yet. Like I wrote it. And then all of a sudden, like when I was singing it, I wasn't even singing the main vocal, I was singing the harmonies and the backup vocals. It just all at once, it just all came out, all the tears. I was like, oh my gosh, this is, I don't know, it just is it's a hard song to sing live too. I don't think there's a lot of the relationship that I feel like when you have a really good friend where you don't you'll love them no matter what, I don't want anything in return from them. That's unconditional love. It's not romantic. I'm not related to you, but I would do anything for you. It's so pure.
Yeah.
And it was just the fact that anybody wants to save somebody who they don't have a dog in the hunt. They just want to do it because they love them and they're a good person. I'm like,
right.
I think that really affected me. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. For sure. So what are some emerging artists or singers you're excited about?
Oh my gosh. I know so many people like my age that people are gonna be like, who are you talking about? I don't know if you know Rosie. She's from Houston. She's a good friend of mine. She does R&B and she is so cool and I love her. And she just filmed like a music video and does all this dance stuff. It's so cool. I can't dance to save my life, but I was like entranced. I was like, I saw her perform live and I was like, I could watch you dance for hours. I don't know how you're dancing and singing. If I did that, I would sound like someone hit me, like right in the stomach. I'd be wheezing.
She said right in the stomach.
I'm like, oh my gosh. The minute someone says anything, my brain blanks. Lilith. She's Lilith Max. She's from the area. She makes folk music and she sounds so good. I love her music. Oh, Rachel Winters. She's also Houston. She's another R&B artist. So good. She's performing at the Hobby Center later this month, I think. So she's like really, really good.
Nice. Okay. Nice. That's dope. I like how you spoke about people that are like around you and not people that are like, almost famous, it's people that are up way up there. So it's like, it gives people, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're believing in your friends too, and your coworker, your friends as well, people around you as well. And I think that's because a lot of times you ask that question, they're going to talk about people that are like sitting, they've already been signed. Like they're sitting there. They're just not maybe just as famous as others, but it's like, okay, who else? Who else do you feel like? What legacy do you want to leave as an artist? Because you're already a leader. I can definitely see that.
I think I want to leave the legacy of like taking chances. I mean, the legacy of being a writer just within itself, not only can I write songs, but I can write more than just songs. And, I have a lot, I'm a complex person, but the legacy of just just do it, just try, I don't want to be the kind of person that has like a million regrets of things they didn't do.
Right.
I want to try to do what calls to me, and I want to encourage other people to try to do what calls to them. For sure.
Even though, in no matter what goes on and what happens, because some people, it's not always the easiest.
Yeah.
What makes it motivational for you to keep going? Because sometimes it can be a little difficult, to keep that bright side of things or that positive mindset when it just seems like, look, ain't nothing working at this point. Like I'm trying everything. I'm walking right. I'm talking right. And it's just like, what is it? Like, the blessing usually around that time, that's when that blessing falls in. But for some, that's where they give in. And it's like, they don't make it. And because they decide to do something that they're not supposed to do, or, they go negative, or, what I'm saying, they get to getting involved in stuff that's like, it sets them back. But what is your extra push to know that, let me just keep going a little bit more?
I think it's like, the struggle is kind of good. Like, of course, I have my mental breakdowns. Everybody does. But, like, you can't be happy if you're never sad. You can't win if you never lose.
Yeah. Oh, I love her. Yes.
And so.
How old are you? You know a lot. You're 21. So what, do you read a lot of books?
Oh, I love to read.
There we go. I knew it. Because I'm not saying that you haven't been through a lot like you could have, but it's something else. You read a lot of books in your downtime. And do you watch TV?
I don't watch a lot of TV.
There you go.
I don't know. My mom says I was born 45, so I think.
Yeah. I believe your mom. Yeah, I'm with your mom.
Like
I didn't know how to put it. That was perfect. Yeah, because I was like, the stuff that you're saying, you would have thought you'd been up and down and through there. You didn't have you some kids, you didn't lost some jobs, what I'm saying? Maybe like you have some really good testimony. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But it could even be the books that you read, your mind is advanced. So you can take the knowledge that you have and kind of, multiply it by just you being advanced. And, you come up with, a whole masterpiece here. A masterpiece. Yeah. And very well. That makes your music well, but the knowledge that you have, and that's why you can write that kind of music that you have that can touch those kind of people, which is good. You know what I'm saying? The music that you write, I feel, has a side on like people that listen to it. I mean, not anything bad, but if you're writing that janky, ratchet music, you're going to get those kind of fan base. It's not bad, but some of them fan bases, they're not going to pay for it. They're not going to pay for the merch. They're not going to take it up the next month. I feel like depending on the fan base that you have, you can take it. Like if you came out with all these sayings that you're coming out with, and you came out with like clothing lines to put those sayings on it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people would buy your stuff. Like it's like, I love what she's saying. I love what she puts in her music. Of course I'm going to wear her brand. Of course I'm going to walk around and wear this. It's motivational. She talks about it in her song. It's uplifting. Why would I not buy it?
Yeah.
Why would I not walk around with this motivational stuff? I'm walking into my manifestation, because what you're saying is like a manifestation. It's all positive. So I'm going to wear it. I'm going to walk in it every day. Like, what I'm saying? Yeah. You're onto something here. Yeah. you're going to go far. And this is great. Now, what's a guilty pleasure song you secretly love singing? A guilty pleasure song.
I love singing "Baby Hit Me One More Time" by Britney.
Britney Spears, yeah, it's so cute. Yeah,
I love to play it on the piano, slow it down a little bit, and put my heavy Southern accent on it.
It sounds better. No offense, Britney.
And make it like a jazzy country thing going on. That is my guilty pleasure at every gig.
I want to hear that. I bet you that's dope.
It's fun. I like to do that. So I do everything in threes. Threes and fives are my lucky numbers.
Oh my God, I love threes and fives, and I love fives because it's changed. My 7 is my favorite number, but 3 and 5 I like them too.
3 and 5 are my lucky numbers. Every time I always know 3 and 5, so I do everything in 3s and 5s. Okay. And I put my sets together where I'll have 3 songs, and that's how I section out my sets, 3 songs at a time. So my favorite 3 songs to play in the set I have together is I do "Baby Hit Me One More Time" by Britney Spears. Okay. And I do "If I Sin For You," my song. And then I do "Love on the Brain" by Rihanna.
Oh my gosh, you hit it. I gotta hear this remix. I love those songs.
And so those songs all together, because I feel like they fit so well.
You gotta hear it. Wait a minute. Let's talk about "Love on the Brain," because that is my jam. How are you doing it? I know you're not doing it like her. I'm already knowing your style.
I'm doing it on the piano. And I am letting like my kind of like keeping it a little slow, a little jazzy, trying to get that inspiration of some of those vocal things she does with those good flips and that super healthy singing style, and mixing it all together so it sounds a little bit more me and getting into it. Oh my gosh.
You do your music live? Like, okay, so like you say your instruments with your piano, your guitar. Are you doing it live, or are you like having you behind the music with your live instruments? You're kind of like mimicking yourself.
It's me live, me and my instrument. Just raw and acoustic.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Just making sure, because that's definitely how it's supposed to be. I love that. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people come out and they like over sing on their songs. I think people with like live instruments, though, I think they're more singing with the instrument, because the instrument can kind of cover them if they get kind of off.
Yeah.
Versus singing the instrumental behind the MP3 or whatever they have these days. It could be a little bit more intimidating. How many hidden talents do you have besides the guitar and singing?
I actually rode horses growing up. I started riding horses when before I could walk. I was on a horse, literally. Like my mom stuck me up there like this little baby and like hold my leg on while I was learning to ride.
So did y'all raise horses, or she just wanted you to ride? Y'all ride them a lot, of y'all.
I hunter jumper, so I went over fences, and I also played polo.
Are you serious?
Serious. Hidden talent. That's my hidden talent.
That's cool. That's cool. Wait, so who did this in the family besides you? Oh, your mom, this is something that she just was
my brother rode growing up all the way. He does polo and hunter jumper. And my sister rode. My mom did barrel racing when she was younger. And then
barrel racing, put me on. What is that exactly?
So it's a Western sport and it's time. And basically you run around barrels.
Okay.
And whoever does it the fastest.
But not with a horse. She's running, right?
The horse.
Oh, shit.
On a horse.
Oh, God.
And then my great grandfather was a bronc buster and rode bulls.
Oh, no. And he, like, when you were swinging him, right? Did he ever fall off?
Trick riding at the rodeo.
Oh, that's super dope.
Oh, yeah.
That is super
So that's a fun fact.
Very fun fact. Oh, my God. That is
how I don't sing country music.
Yeah, at all. Isn't that crazy? How did that happen? Your parents don't sing? They don't sing at all. Do they listen? Okay, so what kind of music did your mom and your dad listen to though?
My mom loves like folk music, like Cat Stevens, like she loves Noah Kahan, like she loves and then my dad, he loves like Led Zeppelin. He's gonna love, kind of that like Rolling Stones.
Okay. So what did your style come from? It just came from you're just a little different.
I think it's just because I put everything on a playlist and just listen to it all. I was like,
that's crazy.
Anything
so in yours on shuffle for sure.
That all the vibe.
Yeah, that's cool. That is so cool. So before we get out of here, we're gonna go and kind of transition into getting to know you more. Okay. So tell me, what makes you really angry?
Oh my gosh, pet peeve. When people don't text me back.
Oh my God, me too.
What are you doing where you can't take 3 seconds to text me?
You saw the message. You saw the message because you're on Facebook. You've answered a call. It's been 7 hours later. Like,
did somebody die? Are you in jail? Like,
and my pet peeve is doing the same thing. And when they text me, finally just taking forever. So you know how I felt.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, I don't care. I hate it. And I hate that they have their phone on like read. So like when you read the message, you can see that they read it and they did not write back. So what was so important that when you were in the message and you were there at the box that you couldn't be like, BRB, hold on 1 second. Like you couldn't write anything.
Like I'm busy right now, talk later.
What was so important? Like I hate
at least like my message. Just acknowledge that you saw it.
I'm just,
Are you mad at me? Do you hate me?
What did I do in the last 23 seconds? Because I just talked to you.
Just talked to you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that one. That was like so me. Everybody thinks that I'm tripping. They're like, you do too much. It's not that serious. Like it's very serious.
Yes, it is. It is. It's my time.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's just.
And I don't bother you a lot, or whenever I'm talking to whoever I text, it's like I don't bother you a lot. I'm just asking you a couple of questions. Just a couple. I need to bring back. Okay. What's something you could change about yourself if you could?
I could change about myself. This is gonna be such a weird little thing, but the thing I'm most insecure about, and I got picked about on it like all the time as a kid, is I have like these bad eye bags. Because I'm so pale, they just like immediately come out. You can't see them because I have concealer on, but like I wanted to change it about myself so much when I was little. I don't know why. I eventually like moved past it, but it was like, I don't know. It feels vain saying something physical, but like that, it made me so insecure as a kid. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hideous. Like they, I don't know.
But you'd be surprised. Like that's how a lot of people are growing up, They all, it may not be like that in particular, but it can be like their legs or their arms or their butt or, just different things. I don't have any boobs, just saying when they were young like that. And so they want to change themselves or they want to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you're not the only one who goes to that for sure. I even like went through it. Like for me, I didn't have a butt. Like, everything was just completely just and everybody would be like, we miss, like, you know how like you're, in high school or whatever, and you're trying to have your little boyfriend, you're going to the prom, and it's like everybody has these nice shapes. And so I definitely understand how you felt. Like, I'm like, I got to do about 1,000 squats a day.
Everybody gets so insecure, and it's always like it's something that not everybody sees, like sometimes they do, and people pick on you about it, like, and they'll be like, I don't even know what you're on about.
Facts. Like, you should just be you. So I think that's like my brand, be you. Because if we all just actually just focused on being us, we would get to our purpose, our blessings, and we would be aligned more with what is for us instead of like trying to be somebody else. Because we were all made differently on purpose. Like, we were not all clones. Like, and we all come together and we all bring something different to the table. And I feel like if we all came together and brought our originality to the table as people, like, we would be able to, be more successful quicker. Because we're all so different and we bring each other, like, but everybody wants to be everybody else. Like, Sally has a good body, so I got to have her exact body. But Sally may not have that mentality of that brain on, how to make money. So it's like you teach Sally and you go work out. Like, it's, we all work together, but people aren't like that. It's crazy.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Who's your hero?
Who's my hero? I think probably my mom.
I was gonna say that for you.
I think my mom.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I think so too. And I just met you like
person I know
25 minutes ago, and I'm definitely in with your mom. Yeah, for sure. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I don't know. I think for me, it's like about the people around me, but I do love Austin. I love Austin, Texas. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Why? Because it's party city, or like you just, why?
I don't know. The boys are cuter there. I don't know.
Yeah. And your mom said you on dates. You gotta find
on days nights and send me to Austin.
Yeah, I know for sure.
I went to Austin because I was going to a writer's room, and I had to drive through Austin to get back.
Okay.
And I have celiac disease, so everything I eat has to be gluten-free. Okay. And it's usually a pain to eat out, especially in small towns in Texas like Montgomery. There's not a lot of options. I could eat everywhere in Austin. I got gluten-free donuts. I was like, I was so full. I was like, I love it here. I went and I got these poke bowls, with the rice and the vegetables.
Oh, for real?
Fish, yeah.
I'm pescatarian, so I'm with you on that. It's hard for me to find food too because I can't. There's no food everywhere on the side.
And it was almost like this fast food thing, where you walk through the line and they just put it on there. It was good. It was really good.
I need to go there.
The avocado in there, and then this honey, soy sauce kind of thing. And I was like, I could live here. I mean, it's good too. It's delicious. It's I love good food.
Yeah, me too. So if you were able to live to the age of 90 or retain the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you want?
I want to live to be 90 because I want to feel what it's like to get old. I mean, I know that sounds so weird, but I don't know. I want to just experience life, even if it's uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what is you said, okay, so what makes you so being okay with being uncomfortable?
I think it's just I don't know. I'd rather be uncomfortable than feel nothing, I don't want to be perfect. I want to be human.
I'd rather be uncomfortable than be dead.
I guess you'd be comfortable dead because you wouldn't be much of anything. But yeah, I would rather be
I like how you thought. I like your thought process.
Yeah.
What kind of books do you read? I need to read your books. I love your thought process, and you're 21. I mean, so imagine your thought process like when you actually start experiencing like more life, like at 35 and 36, 37, your thought process is gonna be amazing. By then you're gonna have like these books out that's gonna like tell you how to get to point A to point B. Like you're gonna be like a millionaire by then. Watch, like 35. Your mind frame is insane for a 21-year-old. I'm not even joking. Your mind frame is insane for a 21-year-old. It's a good thing, though. It's a very good thing. Like you've been focused. That's why you only had one boyfriend your whole life. You've been focused. That's great. It's great. You should date, but you know what I'm saying? Keep your mindset.
I should date picky.
That's good, though. That's good. Your mindset is too good to be just taking in anything. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you don't
I don't want to take it. Well, you know, because I mean, I know this is kind of an odd way to put it, but when I talk to a guy, you know, and I get to know them, I'm like, who I date is setting an example for my younger sister. You know, if I marry them, do I want this man to be like the father of my children? Would I feel comfortable leaving him alone with my kids? Would I feel comfortable leaving this man alone with my dog? You know, and if the answer is, you know, it's not setting a good example for my little sister. If the answer is I wouldn't want to leave him alone with my dog, then I certainly wouldn't want to have kids with him, and he's off the table.
Quick. Yeah.
Like,
how are you with dating? Like, do they have to pay for the dates? Do you have to go on dates and stuff? Or like, how are you on that?
I'm like, I think it's about the quality of, you know, like, yeah, if I show up and I pay for my own coffee and I drove myself there, then we are just friends. You know, I mean, I do that with all my girlfriends. Does that mean I'm dating all of them?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not expecting them to take me on like a super fancy date or anything like that.
Would you ever take them on a date? If they took you on a date, would you? If they take you on dates, would you ever take them on a date? Like, hey, can I take you on a date tonight? Because you always take me on dates. Yeah. Or is it like, no? They always have to take you on.
I'll take them on a date.
That's cute. She said, take them on a date. She's so cute.
Like I'd take them on like a picnic kind of thing and do whatever. Like I've done that before with my ex. You know, like I took him out on a picnic date out to like see like a live orchestra thing and like packed it all. Like I'm happy planning dates, but like they gotta put in.
They gotta put that work in.
They gotta put that work in if they want me planning dates one day.
I like her. She is so dope. You have dope parents too, because they definitely had to raise you. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. It's always nice to see, you know, the turnout of the child, because they had to come from somewhere. Like they didn't just, you know.
I didn't just like it.
Yeah, so it's like the parents had to some type of, you know, great input. So I love that. What before we get out of here, what would be your slogan if you were a brand, or do you have a brand?
I do. I'm developing a brand. You know, I've got a lot of stuff together. I think my slogan on my website is "Music for the Soul" right now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and I really do think that music for the soul, because that's exactly what it is. Music for the soul. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. All right. And then tell me, before we get out, what's one thing that you're working on yourself? Like when it comes to like being a queen, like your queen crown, is it like perfect right now? Like you're like, girl, I'm doing my thing. I've been working on myself. Or is it like, it's kind of tilted and I can, you know, work a little bit more on myself in certain areas?
I think what I'm working on right now is like getting out of my head, you know, just like, it's not that because I'm always working forward and taking steps forward. But sometimes like things just throw me off and I like fall down a little bit, you know, and that crown that I put up there just kind of like tilts, and you don't want it to fall off just because, you know, somebody said something to try to discourage you, which of course it happens to all of us. Yeah. But I see that stuff very personally.
Me too.
Especially when it comes to my art, because it's like that is so personal.
Yeah, for sure. So you're just working on you know, knowing that it's for you and that, you know, God blessed you with this. So it's like, I got to let them go. Like you can't get them my way.
And what people say about you half the time has nothing to do with you.
Facts. It's all about them, really.
Yeah. Like they're not actually thinking how it's going to affect you. Yeah. They're not thinking about you. Mm-hmm. They're just thinking about something they're insecure about and kind of like project.
And kind of wishes like I wish I could be them in a sense.
Yeah,
I wish I could do that.
project it on you. You know, you can hope they figure it out, but it's not your responsibility.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No, that's what the thing is. When you're so sweet and nice, sometimes we try to fix it or try to help fix it, which brings us down even more. So it's like, hey, I'll let you go. I gotta stay.
I always want to help people, and I gotta remind myself, people only change if they want to change.
Facts. Oh, I love her. I love her. I love her. Shout out to Steve Straight Blow for the booking. She is so great. Shout out Celeste. Okay, so tell me, before we get out of here, where's your next event where people can find you and if they want to book you?
If you want to book me, I have my email on my website, CelesteMarieWilsonMusic.com, and my manager will get back to you. My momager will get back to you.
Yeah, momager, it's so cute.
I'm gonna be at Trilogy Brew on the 27th of June in Old Town Spring, Texas, from 7 to 9 p.m. And there's just a $15 cover charge at the door, and you just show up, and we're gonna have fun, you know.
For sure.
Gossip sesh. I'll tell you the stories behind songs, play some unreleased things, some released things. I might have some merch out if y'all want to purchase merch while I'm there.
It's dope. All right. Well, it was such a pleasure meeting you. For sure. You have been like, just like a bubbly light. You know what I'm saying? Just a breath of fresh air. For sure. Your mind frame is everything. Do not stop anything that you're doing. Do not stop anything that you're doing. Don't let anybody get in the way. Keep your mindset. I'm telling you, you're going to be a millionaire. Like I said, around 35, 36.
I'm hoping that would be nice.
You keep going. Don't change.
That way I can tell my mom we can get our toes and fingers done.
Oh, yeah. That's coming. You're going to be doing that in like 2-3 years. The toes and nails. It's coming. You're going to be putting like investing. You're going to be having residual income. You're probably going to have a label by then. You know what I'm saying? You're probably be like, you.
My mom will be like, you're always paying for the fingers and the nails.
Oh, for sure. Your mom will be like, look, I'm getting a paycheck every month. I'm your manager. It's time for me to start recouping some of this money. You have $1 million, baby. Hold on, for sure.
Like 2 steps back.
Yeah, you just let me know when you guys need life insurance. I'm here. I got you. For sure. All right. Well, it was a pleasure, Celeste. And definitely, if you have any like shows around the area in Dallas Fort Worth, definitely let me know. I definitely want to come see you in person.
Absolutely. I'll keep that in mind. I have to double check. I think I might have one later this year.
Okay.
My calendar, and we'll send it to you.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm coming. All right. Well, it's a pleasure. You have a really good night, and never change who you are. You stay being you, okay?
Thank you, Queen Bee.
Bye.
Bye, girl.
You guys, she was so dope. Shout out to Straight Blow one more time because of what I'm saying. He never brings me like people that aren't like tea. Like, I mean, everybody that I've interviewed has been so amazing and such a fresh breath of air. Like, he does his thing. Like, he has a good eye, good mind. He's good at what he does too. The whole. All right, you guys. Anyways, speaking of. Don't forget my show does air live. Actually, next week, I do have a special guest, Marie. We're going to do a little special show just for her because she does her motherfucking thing in the DFW. I'm telling you, I met her and I just fell in love with her. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely going to take our time out and get to know Marie next week. We're going to start it at 8 p.m. Definitely, it's up and it's stuck. Don't forget to grab your cup. Now, don't forget, it is Windy Wednesday. Don't forget, you are him, she is you, and keep doing you, okay? And don't let anything get in the way, all right? You can and you will. See you later. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.